Good afternoon.
Hi.
Les and Wendy here again, and we're doing something a little different today. Wendy's got the dog, so she's going to have to shout a little bit. But what we're looking at today is a very big and important part of the history and heritage of St. John. These cemeteries are all over the city, and we walk through some of them quite often, and we look at the names and we look at the dates, and we see the influence that the forefathers of this city have had and how far it dates back sometimes. These ones here are a little bit newer, but we've seen people that have been laid to rest here from the 1700s, and just gives you an idea of the history of the city.
That's older than Canada.
There are cemeteries everywhere in the city, and that's why I feel, because we try to represent the city and everything about it, it is probably due time that we take a walk through one of these. This one is Holy Cross Cemetery, and there is something unique about it, which we'll show you later on. But it's a bit of a foggy day today in St. John.
So if you see something float across your screen, is it a ghost or is it fog?
Wendy's on a bit of a ghost theme lately, I think. So this is in the west side of St. John, very close to the Irving Nature Park. And we have one close to where we live. It's funny, you know, we take our dogs through there in a walk. They're supposed to be kept on a short leash, which they are right now. But it's almost like they have respect. They never seem to want to go onto the grave sites, and that's good because they're not supposed to. But I don't know how many cemeteries there are in St. John, but there are a lot, and they are
Lots of them.
Very centrally located, from the heart of Uptown to the heart of the East Side shopping district. Definitely on the west side here, everywhere in between.
So the thing I love about walking through cemeteries is I love looking at all the tombstones and stuff, and I always wonder like what people's stories are and stuff. And as you can see here, there's lots of flowers on the graves, which means that all of these people still have a very deep tie to the community. And this graveyard especially is very beautiful inside and peaceful. And I once talked to a friend of mine, we're going straight, a friend of mine who also likes visiting graveyards. And the reason why, she said, is because when she was a little girl, she used to go to the graveyard with her grandmother, and her grandmother told her that they love when they get visitors here. So I just thought I'd share that with you because I thought that was a kind of neat take on it. But they do love being visited, and I find it very peaceful walking through and just wondering what everybody's story is.
Now, of course, Wendy and I are never planning on exiting this life, and we aren't Irish Catholic or Catholic of any sort, but I can tell you that if I was to be laid to rest anywhere and had a choice, I think I would choose the spot that we're in right now. It's very, very peaceful here and quite roomy. You always see people coming in to pay respects to family members and friends, I guess. And
there's some really old tombstones over there, so some of the dates have washed off because they are so old, and so sometimes if you get up close you can actually see that they're from the 1700s, which is a long time ago.
Even here we have the nice mature tree-lined streets for shade. This is obviously not a real street, it's a paved drive through the cemetery. But it's quite expansive. Well, and I don't think you can see in the distance, but the surprise was hinted at there. I'm going to try and show you as we come around the bend. St. John has a very Irish Catholic heritage, but I'm noticing a lot of these names are actually French.
Which are also Catholic?
Yeah. So it's obviously not constrained to just Irish. Obviously, the city has become a lot more diverse in recent decades, but the history of the city is very much Irish. Both through Irish American loyalists, Irish that escaped the potato famines in Ireland, and then the first generations of their descendants. But now, as we move into an immigration-based country, diversity has become a huge part of the future of St. John, thankfully. We did a walking tour a couple of weekends ago, which was a lot of fun. Met some of the newcomers and was very happy to see the diversity there. Now this is the secret. The surprise, not a secret. But this cemetery is actually oceanfront on the Bay of Fundy. Now it is a foggy day, so I'm not sure how well you can see it. But that's the ocean right in front of us.
The Bay of Fundy.
And that's why I said, as someone who absolutely loves the ocean, that if I wasn't going to live forever, this would be a place that I wouldn't mind having as my resting spot.
Yes, they have a nice view from here, and it's a prime piece of property, but it's beautiful up here, and the water just adds to the peacefulness, and you can hear the waves up here, so it's just lovely.
It really is. And we just came from the beach, which wasn't far from here, and it's a warm late summer day, but the fog is definitely hovering around today, and so we just thought we'd incorporate a cemetery with a unique characteristic as being on the ocean front. So I think that's about all we have for today, isn't it?
It is, but I wouldn't mind just looking at a few of these tombstones here, and I always enjoy that part of the walk.
Okay.
And see if we could see any really old ones. Sometimes the old ones are deep in the center, but there's some pretty nice ones around here. But as you can see, they get lots of visitors here, so I think that's just amazing that people come and pay their respects on a regular basis. Look at all these beautiful flowers. They're amazing. So sometimes you read the tombstones and it's like, you know, they were lost at war, or you can see a lot of them where couples, families have been buried together, and the man has passed way before the woman outlives the man for like 30-40 years or whatever, and I think that's just it was part of the time where, you know, workers weren't protected and people lost their lives on the job and stuff, and you know, now there's lots of laws and unions and stuff to keep people safe, but it didn't happen until recently here, so 100 years ago it was a different story. So, but it's a lovely place to be. I love walking the graveyards, and that's what I gotta say about that, I guess.
Do you want to try and find?
No, because I don't want to really walk on anybody's grave. I always try not to.
Okay.
But yeah. We just thought we'd show you this graveyard because it's so beautiful and it's in such a beautiful spot. And I really enjoy them. I love walking through them, and hopefully you'll see the beauty.
All right, then we'll call it.
Yeah. So another reason why we love St. John is because they really worship and respect their their family members who have passed, and you know, there's a huge sense of community here, as you can see, with all the flowers here. Family of these people still live close by and come to visit on a regular basis, and I just love the community here. It's just wonderful. So that's all, and we love St. John.